You know, I found myself on this road a lot, apparently. This is the 15 South, just short of Barstow. This is Fort Irwin Road, this exit right here. I'm about to show you where this accident took place. This wreck that happened right in front of me. About the same time, well, about 45 minutes earlier than it is right now. It's about 6:15. Sun's not quite peeking up, but the sky is real light. It's about ready to happen. The sky's orange behind me. So, sun's a-coming. The sun's a-coming. But if you come up here, this is the on-ramp from Fort Irwin. This is where the Humvee entered the road right here. A couple things I don't think I mentioned. One, they were only going about 35. Two, I think I said corporal. I meant to say specialist. But anyway, so as you can see, we're climbing. I'm not even as heavy now as I was then, and I'm only going 47 and getting slower. Granted, this load is kind of weighted a little different. It's nose heavy, so the climb's going to be a little different. So over this ridge right here, okay, they were on the other side of this ridge, and this truck came up past me right here. Skid marks, dirt marks. That's where that Humvee was laying. And then that truck that hit them didn't come to a stop until way up here. See the marks on the ground there. So they got pretty far ahead of him because it took him that long to stop, and he was empty. That's how long it took to stop an empty truck. That's how uphill. That's how fast he was going. Now at the time I was doing, see, I'm right back up to regular speed now. At the time I was doing 52, 53. Okay, when he came by me, I was tempted. This is how fast he was going again. I was tempted to get on the CB and tell him, hey, if you don't mind, up here in Barstow, could you just leave my doors there? He just blew them off. You know, some stupid trucking joke. And I didn't even have time, really, because next thing I know, he's flying out to the left over 2 lanes of traffic into the shoulder over on the other side. And then a Humvee's flipping in the dirt on the right side. It happened real quick. Real quick. So the Humvee's going about 35 mile an hour. I'll say when they made contact, that truck was probably doing 60, 65. Closer to 65. Now, if he'd have just rear-ended him, yeah, that's bad. But it wouldn't have been as bad. I think when he jetted out to the left, he clipped the Humvee on the corner and put him in a spin. And when he put him in the spin, the driver of the Humvee overcorrected, hence the flip. Man, I'll tell you what. I've seen some, almost on a daily basis, there's close calls. Okay? People try to hit me all heavy. Someone tried to hit me this morning. Little Prius coming out of Whiskey Pete's. All right there on the border. Probably drunk. I don't know. Little white Prius. Okay. Probably some school teacher off blowing, California school teacher blowing some steam off or something. I don't know. But he's coming into the 15 from Whiskey Pete's, and I moved over to let him merge because I had room to do so. I was in the far left lane, and he merged into, just like this, watch. He merged right into this lane, kept his blinker on, and kept coming into my lane. The problem was there was no space between us. If he'd have kept drifting into my lane, which he did, he actually became halfway into my lane. I had to slam on my brakes because he was about to come right into my fender. And it made no sense to me. None. I was only doing 55 because I was already slowed down for California. And he had to see me. It was nighttime and I had my headlights on. I know I got my lights on, right? That's one of the 5 keys of the Smith system. Make sure they see you. Oh, he saw me. Problem was, a lot of people merge into traffic without actually looking at traffic. And I think that's one of the biggest problems. And so right when they're about to actually come into the lane of travel, that's when they look over, or look back, or look at their mirror, or look over their shoulder, whatever. That's when they go, oh, I wonder if I have some space. No, Sir, you don't have any space. By the way, you only need to merge into one lane. You don't need to merge into both. Just throwing that out there. What's this motorcycle guy doing? You a motorcycle cop? Nope, just some guy. I don't know what he's doing. Checking his Facebook or something. I don't know. Anyway, I've decided that there is a special place in hell for people that drive with their brights on all night. Especially if they decide that they want to stay right on the end of my trailer with their lights shining right into my mirror. There's a special place in hell for you. And when I get to the pearly gates and I see St. Peter, I'm going to ask him if I can spend the remainder of my eternity tormenting that special place in hell. Oh man, I'm just serious. So I'm coming into Barstow right now. I'm about to get this load here is out of where was I? Twin Falls, Idaho. At the Cliff Bar factory in Twin Falls, Idaho. Brand new factory. And they loaded it nose heavy. Extremely nose heavy. It's only 39, 40,000, somewhere in there. Right? So it should be no problem evening this loadout. Except I've got my tandems on the trailer all the way forward. And I am still 3,000 pounds heavier on my drives than I am on my tandems. Which I don't understand. You got 53 feet, right? I'm pulling a warehouse behind me. Spread it out. Spread it out. Just saying. Just throwing that out there. Anyway, some people will be like, well, why don't you just move your fifth wheel? I can't, genius. Because at 7/8 of a tank, I scaled out at 11,990. Okay? Move the fifth wheel back, take 500 pounds or so off of the steers, right? Why? I'm already legal. But for one, for two, if I do that, then I go over on my drives because my drives were at 33,980. There was nothing to move. I could not move anything. Okay? With 7/8 of a tank to get me from Twin Falls, Idaho, down here to Buena Park, California. So I didn't quite fill up, and I knew it was going to be heavy, which is why I didn't fill up all the way. And right now I've got just a hair under 2/8 of a tank. Just a hair. I've got about an hour to go to the Fontana yard, and then another 45 miles or so to Buena Park. So less than 2 hours. Yes, I can make it on what I have.
In 2 miles, keep to the left on I-15.
Question is, can I then make it to a fuel stop after that? I don't know. Don't want to play that game in Los Angeles, in the Los Angeles area. So what's going to happen is I'm going to put just a little bit, just 50 gallons, get a shower credit, whatever. That will cover me, no problem. Obviously, I have enough fuel now. I just want to make sure that I have enough fuel for after. So 50 gallons, get a shower credit. I'm going to the Fontana yard right now. My delivery is today, but it's not till 1900, which means I'm going to get to the Fontana yard and I'm going to shut down. What I'm going to do is utilize the A2 split. So as soon as I get to the Fontana yard, I'm going straight into sleeper berth on my clock. If you don't do that, your A2 is invalid and it's illegal. Just so you know. That little green and white book, read it. So straight into sleeper berth, 8 hours in uninterrupted sleeper berth from your on duty, from your drive to going on duty again. 8 hours uninterrupted sleeper berth will give you the remainder of whatever you did not drive for your 14-hour period. So that sounds a little more confusing than it is. You start say I started my clock this morning at 3 o'clock. Okay? 3:15.
In a
I
half
don't know.
mile.
We'll say
keep
3
to the
o'clock,
left
make it
on
easy.
I-15.
So from 3 o'clock to, we'll say 8 o'clock, I'm driving. Right? That's 5 hours. And then I go and sleep a berth for 8 hours.
In a quarter mile.
What happens
keep to the
is
left on I-15.
my 14-hour starts over. But I have my drive time at that point is the remainder of my 11-hour. I think I'm making it more confusing. So I have 6 hours at that point that I can drive before I have to take a 10-hour break.
Landwood Road.
Okay? So, because I had a nighttime delivery today, and I'm not switching my driving schedule to driving through the night, you're asking for all sorts of problems. When you go 4 months on an early morning to afternoon drive schedule and then try to switch it up and drive when your body's used to sleeping, you're asking for trouble. So I'm not doing that. I almost drove it all the way into Fontana yesterday and just called him up and said, hey, I'm going to go ahead and T-call this load for relay in Fontana because I'm here 24 hours early and I'm not sitting under this load. Then I remembered that 2 of my straps are in the trailer and it's sealed, and I'm getting my straps back. Come hell or high water, those straps are mine. So,
In a half mile, take exit 178. Landwood
long
Road,
story short,
and then
I ended up
turn
sitting
right
under the load.
0.3 miles.
So what I did was I just, instead of killing my clock, I just drove to the Las Vegas yard, shut down, took a shower,
In a quarter mile, take exit 178.
relaxed a little
Landwood
bit,
Road,
watched
and then
some,
turn right in 0.3 miles.
a little bit of Netflix, and then went to bed, got up 3 this morning. Actually started my pre-trip at about right after I woke up, got dressed, started my pre-trip,
Turn right on Landwood Road.
and then remembered I never started my clock. So I got back in the truck, I started the clock, finished my pre-trip. This quick changes in elevation, quick changes in temperature, it's been killing my tires. The air pressure anyway. So that's been a lot of fun. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and stop. Well, no, I'll take it all the way in. I'm gonna come in here and just get a little bit of fuel, and then go to Fontana, and then from there make my delivery. So, times like this suck. We have a no ride on red policy at our company, and there's absolutely zero traffic on the road right now. And so here I sit. Times like this are horrible. Horrible. There's my green light. There we go. And I understand the policy, I do. I just don't like it.
In 0.2 miles, turn left on High Desert Road, and then approaching destination on the right side in 600 feet.
Let this SUV realize he's faster than me.
In 700 feet, turn left on High Desert Road, and then approaching destination on the right side in 600 feet.
Alright. Now I'm going to stay wide a little bit to give this guy plenty of room to turn. Some guys take turns a lot wider than they need to. Good boy. FFE knows what he's doing. They take turns wider than they need to. And what happens is that puts me in a situation where I'm in his way.
Approaching
When really-
destination in 500 feet on the right side.
He had plenty of room, but didn't turn correctly. And it happens all the time. All the time. So, people just, some drivers, maybe they're new, I don't know. I'm new and I know
You
what I'm
have
doing.
arrived at your
As far as turning
destination
goes.
on the right side.
That's
Love's
kind of-
travel stop number 374.
Fairly basic. So, anyway, they get mad at me because I'm in their way, but really I'm not in their way. Well, they don't really get mad at me. They just realize they made a mistake. It depends on the driver. I don't really know. I'm gonna go ahead. None of these guys are really doing anything. They're just chilling. Maybe if I shine my lights at them. Hey, there's a truck behind you. How does that make you feel? Make you feel like you want to move, maybe? Huh? Do ya? Do ya? That's cool. I'm not really in a hurry. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and leave it at that. Hope you guys are having a great day. Don't worry, be happy.
Proceed to the highlighted route.
You hush your face.